Hello everybody, today we're going to be taking a look at this Lampi 15 watt preheat fluorescent black light fixture. This one's pretty cool. When I originally picked this one up, it had a regular white tube inside of it, not the original black light tube, but I did have one laying around, so I put it in the fixture and now it's complete again. Not the original Lampi bulb, that would have been pretty cool. This is some random brand, it doesn't even have a brand on it, but we'll take a look at it here in a minute. Anyway, let's take a quick look around the fixture. This one has some very nice covers here on the ends because we do want the bulb to be exposed naturally. We don't want some type of cover on it. It'll reduce the black light effect. So they put these nice little covers that slide over the ends and cover up the end caps of the bulb. Pretty cool idea, and they work well. I'm surprised they weren't lost, to be honest, when the bulb was changed. So we do have a little hole here for the starter. It's kind of unique that they decided to do that for the black light fixture here, because if we take a look at a typical same size version, this one's 18 watt though, we do not have the starter socket pointing out of the top. It's sideways inside here. So it's just unique that they decided to make the starter socket visible on this particular model. Maybe it's because the bulb is visible, so you want to see the other components too. Who knows? So, the other thing to note is that this has a switch on the side. A lot of the Lampi fixtures put the switch here on the end of the lamp. Not entirely sure why they decided to put it on the side. I have seen that on some other versions as well. Again, just slight differences. We do have a 2-prong cord here, however, it does appear to be a heavier gauge than some of the older ones, and it is polarized, as you can see. So there's nothing really on the ends here, but we do have the Lampi logo stamped on the side. On the bottom, there was a date code there, but good luck figuring out what it is. Maybe you can, and I can't see it too good. And there's the other information. It is missing, again, the little mounting cubes here, but that seems to be pretty common. So, how do you get a bulb out of one of these things? Well, first, we need to get these end cap things off. And I always thought they kind of slid up a little bit and then over, but they don't. And the easiest way that I found is kind of just get your fingernail under one of the sides here, and you can kind of get them to just pop out, just like that. They'll pop right off. Do the same thing over here. Kind of get your fingernail underneath there, and it'll come right off. Okay, so we have our little plastic things here. If we turn the bulb, we'll get it to come out. We'll take those off for the time being. Here is the lamp that I found to put in it. Made in Korea, just a generic black light bulb. Came in another fixture I got a long time ago at Goodwill. So here's the sockets. It's again the twist lock style that will hold the bulb in place, which sometimes can be annoying because they'll get stuck. And again, we have access to the starter now, but there's not really much room to grab it, to be honest. So you kind of still need to open up the fixture to get to it, which isn't too hard. So we have these clips on either side. If we pinch the main body of the fixture, we'll be able to pull it up and gain access to the inside. So inside, we'll find a fairly new Robertson transformer ballast. It doesn't look like the older style ones. They put a sticker on it instead of actually stamping the info into the ballast itself. This one does 14, 15, 18, and 20 watt lamps, type 1 outdoor. And we do have the Lampi starter here. This must have been at the very end of Lampi's life cycle, because again, they don't have the switches on the end. The ballast is definitely newer, and this starter has a barcode on it. The other one that we looked at recently didn't have a barcode on it yet, but looked pretty much the same as this. So that's all the information on it. And again, this starter socket, as you can see, could be positioned 2 different ways. You can either mount it on its side or vertical like it is here. So we'll put that back in place. And they did move the switch into the first thing that, you know, when you have the power come in, it goes right to the switch. It doesn't go through the ballast to the switch at the end. I wonder if they were asked to replace that, and that's why they had to put the switch on the side and they could no longer do it all the way at the other end. Again, just generational changes. Pretty neat to point out. So yeah, that's really the insides of the fixture here. Not too much. So, here's the underside of the cover. We'll put that back on here. It just kind of goes right over the top. You kind of crimp it right over it here. It should, there it goes. Okay, much better. Now, when we put the bulb back on, we'll need to put our covers back on here. And with these, usually I like seeing the etch, but on these blacklight bulbs, if it's something annoying like this, I put it downwards. If it's a regular bulb, I like to put the etch facing out so I can see it. I just think that's cool. I like looking up at the fluorescent tube and noticing that the, you know, what the etch is and the information of the bulb. Boy, I'm putting these things on wrong, which I'm sure you probably already noticed as I was just rambling instead of paying attention to what I should be doing. And that'll just twist into place there. And then these just come back down and just kind of snap back on. Don't need too much force. They just kind of pressure fit right in there. There we go. And we'll go ahead and plug it into our meter here. I unfortunately do not have the glowing pen at the moment, but, oh, it's already on. Isn't that something? Very quiet. So, let's see. We have 0.23 amps, 15.4 watts, with a power factor of 0.55. So, let's turn off the main lights here, and we get the wonderful black light effect. Now, a fluorescent black light is always my choice for a wonderful black light effect. Now, the LEDs are getting real good at it too, but if you want deep, you know, dark, just black light, this is a great option. Now, here's a tape measure, and that glows really well. Obviously, we're not going to get much on the meter because this isn't really producing light that it cares enough to pick up in a meaningful way. But it's a very silent. This is very silent compared to the other two I've looked at recently. What a beautiful fixture. This one's definitely going to have to go somewhere and get enjoyed. Very nice. Let's see if we can get some preheat action while we're at it. No, not really. Ooh, did you hear that very deep vocal starter sound? One more time. Oh, I love that. Very vocal. Okay, let's turn the lights back on. And I suppose that is really all there is to say about this Lampi blacklight fixture. I'm sure these also came in larger versions as well, but this was probably one of their smaller ones. That would be pretty cool if they made a 8-watt version. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this quick little video taking a look at this black light Lampi fixture. Not Lampi and blacklight put together. It's a blacklight Lampi fixture. If we can talk today. Again, I hope you enjoyed, and also please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. And thank you very much for watching.